Milan's story is one of conquest, civic reinvention, and the steady rise of a city that repeatedly turned geopolitical upheaval into new forms of power. Long before it became Italy's economic capital, the area was settled by pre-Roman peoples, and then by the Celtic Insubres. Tradition credits them with founding Mediolanum, strategically placed in a fertile, water-rich plain linking Alpine routes with the Po Valley and the wider Mediterranean world. Rome's expansion into northern Italy brought the first major documented conquest. In 222 BCE, the Romans subdued Mediolanum during their campaigns in Cisalpine Gaul. Over time, Milan was thoroughly Romanized, growing into a key administrative and military hub. Its prominence peaked in late imperial times. From the 3rd to the 4th centuries CE, Milan served as an imperial residence for Western rulers on multiple occasions, a testament to its strategic importance. The city also occupies a central place in Christian history. The 313 CE decree associated with Constantine and Licinius, often linked to Milan, marked a turning point for religious toleration. Around the same era, Bishop Ambrose shaped not only local faith, but also the relationship between church and imperial authority, giving Milan a durable spiritual and civic identity. The collapse of the Western Roman Empire led to a sequence of Germanic and post-Roman regimes. Milan fell under Odoacer's rule, and then the Ostrogoths under Theodoric. The Gothic wars between the Ostrogoths and Byzantines wreaked havoc across Italy. Milan experienced the instability and destruction typical of the period. By the late 6th century, the city became part of the Lombard kingdom, which made the wider region, Lombardy, its political core. In 724, Charlemagne's Franks conquered the Lombard realm, integrating Milan into the Carolingian world, and later the complex structure of the Holy Roman Empire, where bishops, emperors, and local nobles struggled over rights and influence. By the 11th and 12th centuries, Milan emerged as a powerful commune. Its population, wealth, and commercial networks sustained an assertive urban autonomy. This brought it into direct conflict with imperial ambitions, especially under Frederick Barbarossa. After the city's destruction in 1162 and its dramatic recovery, Milan became a leading force in the Lombard League, helping defend communal liberties against imperial overreach. The medieval economy, crafts, trade, and early finance nourished the city's rise as one of Europe's most dynamic urban centers. Internal factional struggles and shifting political realities eventually pushed Milan towards seigneurial rule. In the 13th and 14th centuries, the Della Torre and then the Visconti family established dominance. Under the Visconti, Milan became the center of an expanding regional state. Gian Galeazzo Visconti elevated the duchy to one of the most ambitious powers in late medieval Italy. In the mid-15th century, the Sforza dynasty succeeded them, turning Milan into a Renaissance court renowned for administration, engineering, and the arts. The city's cultural aura was strengthened by figures such as Leonardo da Vinci, while infrastructure, canals, and fortifications reflected a sophisticated approach to state building. Milan Acre's strategic value made it a prime target in the Italian wars of the late 15th and early 16th centuries. France, the Habsburg Empire, and other powers contested the duchy, and control shifted repeatedly. Ultimately, Spanish Habsburg rule prevailed. Milan became a crucial stronghold in Spain's European system, connecting the Mediterranean to Central Europe. Yet the period also brought heavy taxation, economic strain, and public health catastrophes, including the devastating plague of 1630, which left deep marks on the city's demographic and cultural memory. The early 18th century saw another major transition. During the War of the Spanish Succession, Milan passed to the Austrian Habsburgs. The Austrian era introduced administrative reforms and an enlightened spirit that stimulated intellectual life and state modernization. Milan became a center of reformist debate and early industrial potential. Napoleon's arrival at the end of the 18th century transformed the city yet again. Milan was a capital of the Cisalpine Republic, and later of Napoleon's Kingdom of Italy. After Napoleon's fall, the Congress of Vienna restored Austrian authority, placing Milan at the heart of the Kingdom of Lombardy-Venetia. In the 19th century, Milan's bourgeois classes, growing industries, and patriotic networks fueled the Risorgimento. The 5 Days Uprising in 1848 symbolized local resistance to Austrian rule. In 1859, after the Second Italian War of Independence, Milan joined the Kingdom of Sardinia and then the newly unified Kingdom of Italy. Industrialization accelerated, making the city a manufacturing and railway hub. By the early 20th century, Milan had become a modern metropolis shaped by mass politics, labor movements, and new cultural energies. Milan was heavily bombed and its social fabric was tested by repression and conflict. Yet the post-war decades brought a remarkable economic resurgence. The Italian economic miracle turned Milan into a powerhouse of industry, banking, and consumer culture, fueled by internal migration from other regions. The city also became a stage for intense social and political struggles in the 1960s and 1970s. Over time, Milan shifted from heavy industry towards services, design, fashion, and global finance. Today, Milan stands as Italy's most international city in many spheres: innovation, higher education, culture, and business. Contemporary redevelopment projects and the city's role in international expos and events have reinforced its global profile. Looking back across 2 millennia, the pattern is striking. Milan was conquered by Celts, Romans, Goths, Lombards, Franks, French, Spaniards, Austrians, and the tides of modern ideologies. Yet it consistently transformed each era into a new chapter of urban leadership.